Hello to all of my chat family. How are you doing? I thought I'd do a pop up and yeah. So, how are you guys doing? I'm Marlene of the Marlene Saunders Show, where we have real talk, real conversations, and you're welcome to it. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about a thankless society. And of course, this is my personal opinion. All of the opinions on here are mine and not others, but I think we live in a very thankless society, and there's a lot of things that really needs to change. But really, what does a thankless society mean? For me, I think a thankless society is one of people who don't express feelings of gratitude. They don't know how to say thank you. They don't know how to show appreciation. They're very ungrateful, unappreciative, unthankful, and it's like almost in the air. The people just are just so mean spirited today in today's society. So mean, so angry, always wanting to do all kinds of things to be hurtful and harmful to us, but we're the ones that have to take control of our life and to change that. Hey, to say family, how are you doing? Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Hi, Virginia. How are you doing? Welcome. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody had an amazing Wednesday and everybody as well. Yeah, let's get into talking about this conversation. I think that um, I think that we definitely need to I think we definitely need to talk about this subject of a thankless society because there's so many people who just are rude, and people are rude for just absolutely no reason. I don't know if you all are finding the same thing, but I definitely think that we have so much people. It's in the air, it's on social media, it's in families, it's on the workplace, it's everywhere. People are so unthankful and so disrespectful. And I believe, my personal opinion, I think that it starts at home. And a lot of people are not being taught this from their childhood. They're not being taught to say thank you, to have courtesy, or to be polite and to be respectful of others. Yes, Virginia says, I think you hit the nail on the head. People are not thankful and thinks that the world owes them something. That's exactly how I feel, Virginia. I know everybody doesn't have my opinion, but over here I talk about the real topics and the real issues. So I think definitely that a lot of people just feel entitled. There's a lot of people who feel that that everything has to go the way they want it to. It's a lot of people who are adults, but they're acting like little kids. It's like, when are these adults going to ever grow up? But I do think it starts all the way back from the childhood. A lot of these adults were not told no when they were kids. They were not told to say thank you. And I'm seeing it more and more. You see it. People go in this. You go in the store and you see these kids having a fit. They want X, Y, and Z. They want the latest and greatest. They want the most expensive shoes and cars and purses and this, and the list goes on and on. I guess I'm just old school in my thinking because I just don't think that it's supposed to be that way. I grew up with whatever my parents gave me. I said thank you for it. And I think it was because every time before I could get something, my mom or my dad would say, "What do you say?" You say thank you. And I just grow up that way. So I just don't understand and comprehend people when they expect for you to do things. um, they think that they don't have to say thank you. Even if you go somewhere and somebody does something for you and you say thank you, people look at you like you have two heads. Like, what did you say? I don't get it. It's like people are just so strange these days. Like, when did saying thank you? When did saying sorry? When did I appreciate that? Or, just being considerate and having manners. When did this get to be something old fashioned? I feel like it's just part of being a human being and having respect for other people, being kind. But, like I was saying, there's a lot of people who do not know how to be thankful. They're thankless. It's the more that people do for them, is the more they think that they have to get. Virginia says, if I was not respectful to my elders and did not say thank you, my mama was quick to correct me. I think it starts at home. I do too, Virginia. I think it starts at home, and there's so much people who aren't um, saying thank you, and they're acting like 2-year olds. And I don't mean these are small young kids, not even somebody in their 20s. These are people 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s year old, and they're acting very immature. There's so many poor role models in today's society. When you look at family units, there's not the stand up. Like, I grew up having a big mama, and big mama would, like, I don't care what you said, if you don't like it, big mama was going to correct you. She was never mean, but she was going to tell you no. She was going to tell you you need to apologize, or that wasn't nice, or you need to say you're sorry. It's just the guidelines for life is just that's just what I was raised with. And I guess now people are, I'm not trying to be offensive, but I think a lot of people now are like wild animals on social media, on within even sometimes family members, your relatives, it's on the job. It's just people are just so nasty, so rude, and feel like they can do and say, and there should be no consequence for their actions. Yeah, people won't even hold the door for you. They are consumed by their phones. Yeah, they'll be talking on the phone. It's happened to me. I was walking in the store right behind this guy, and the door almost slammed me in my face because he was so busy having his conversation on his phone that he didn't even look who was behind him. It's just the common courtesy. I'll never get it. I'll never understand, because I'm just not that type of person, growing up in the South. And we just don't do that. And I get it. Everywhere is different. And I'm not saying that you have to be kind to everybody, because some people don't deserve that. Um, I think respect is earned, and people have to learn to be respectful of one another. But at the same time, I feel like, what does it really take? It doesn't take anything from you to even be cordial to somebody, to say good morning when you look at people, because it's like, who raised these people in today's society? People will walk right past you, not even say hello, not good morning, and it could be a coworker, it could be a neighbor. They just have no consideration, no kindness. I don't understand it. I will never get it, because it does not make any sense to me. My mom said, if you ever pick on someone or make fun of someone, you will have a heck to pay when you get home. She taught me to always say thank you and yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. I am a Southern girl too. Oh, okay, Virginia. So you can understand. And this is something, and I put this as a message on a different social media app. I said that I put the post out that um, if a child calls me by my first name, I'm going to correct them. And I had over 10,000 comments of people who said if I corrected their child, they were going to deal with me and nobody has to call you miss or anything. I guess I have old fashioned values, but I don't know. That's something for me as an adult. I don't feel that children should be calling a grown person by their first name. That's my personal opinion. And other people are entitled, if they want to be called by their first name, that's all for them. But I earned all my rights to be an adult, all my hard years of life, everything that I've been through. I'm an adult, I'm grown, and a child is going to call me Miss Marlene. I'm not going to have a little kid look in my face and call me by my first name. Adult is a different thing. But people are different these days, and I honestly don't care what other people like. If a child comes around me, if it's your child, if it's a friend or somebody from work, and people will have their child saying hi Marlene, I'm like, no. I said it's Miss Marlene, and the parents will be looking crazy, the kids are looking crazy. Mm-mm. No, no, no. Nope, I don't put up with those things. I just feel like it's a part of the society today that it's like parents are not being parents. Parents are their kids' friends and not their parents. They let their kids do whatever. They dress like their kids. They talk like their kids. It just everything is so different in society now. And people call me old fashioned. I'm old. I need to get with the times. But I think it's the reason why so much problems are happening now in this world, because there are certain things, there are certain standards. You're an adult, they are a child. You walk in a room, you acknowledge other people, you say hello. You don't have to have a long conversation with people, but you can greet another person. You can greet another human being. It does not take anything away from you to say hello. It takes nothing away from you to say good morning. It takes nothing away from for you to say thank you or I'm sorry, excuse me. Even simple mannerisms of covering your mouth when you sneeze. It's not a lot. I don't feel that it takes a lot, but I think a lot of things got worse when the C-19 happened and people isolated from other people. And there's a lot of people that still don't understand about boundaries. They still don't understand about learning to be respectful of other people. And no, I'm one that I don't care if other people don't like it. I don't care who gets mad. I'm going to stand 10 toes down on my values and the way that I was raised. I don't care if other people get upset and angry. I'm not going to allow it, especially when it comes to children. Children being disrespectful to other adults, especially children being disrespectful to their parents. Hi, D Bart. How are you? Welcome. Yes. Hey, Sirius, how are you doing? Welcome. Happy Wednesday night. Happy Wednesday night to everybody. I appreciate you all tapping in for this conversation. I did not plan it. I just had this topic in my thoughts and I just said, you know what? I don't think I've covered this over here. So let's do it. Yes. Hello, Virginia. Welcome in. Yes, children have no respect these days. And it's crazy to me that people will just act like it's okay. And I've heard people say, oh, children have always been disrespectful. No, no, no. No, they have not. Maybe where you were, maybe in your family or whatever, but I could never have gotten away with being disrespectful as a child, without getting into too many details, without being explicit or anything. But if I ever try to open up my mouth and get into an adult conversation, I don't think I would have teeth in my head. I would not have teeth in my head. And there was a thing as discipline coming from other adults around us. And I believe that needs to come back. I grew up with knowing my neighbors and all of those things. Hey, realist, how are you doing? Welcome in. Happy Wednesday night to you. I hope everybody's doing amazing. I hope you've had a great week, a great January so far. I can't believe we're almost to the end of January. But I did want to say this. Is it old fashioned? Am I an old fashioned person? Or is the problem other people? Is this society thankless, or is it the people that are around me that I'm seeing are thankless? And I'm personally seeing a lot of things on social media. I'm seeing people in their families, like you never heard about families that just did some cutthroat things, the things that parents are doing to their own children, the things that siblings are doing to one another, the way grandparents are treating their own grandkids. It's just people are just all out for money, all out for themselves, very selfish. Ugh, it's absolutely unbelievable. Yes. Yeah, yeah. If we were bad, we got spanked. Oh, well, if I was bad, it was a switch because I had Caribbean parents, and my Caribbean parents didn't play no games. If you did something, my mom was like, "Get the switch, go pick your switch," and I would be outside trembling like a leaf. Okay, and I get it. People say that that's abuse, and to each his or her own. I'm not telling anybody how to discipline and all of those things. I'm just sharing how I grew up and the things that you just weren't allowed to get away with things. When I grew up, your neighbors discipline you. I remember my neighbor checked me like I was just walking down the street and I didn't say good morning. And he was like, "Did the cat get your tongue? Like, why are you not saying good morning? You're being rude." And I was just in my own world. But those are the things that used to happen. But people are different these days. Yeah, it's other people for sure, not good upbringing. So I feel it's that too serious. I do think that I know for sure I do have old fashioned values. I have Southern values. I also have Caribbean values. And also, I just have a no nonsense. I have no tolerance for foolishness when people just feel that they can be rude, they can be disrespectful, and I'm not the one. I'm not a parent except for my fur babies, but it is very different. It is. People are different, right? Very, very different. They're so strange, right? Hi, Garden of Inspiration. How are you doing? Welcome in. Happy Wednesday to you. I hope you're doing amazing. So that's one of the things that I was just wondering, like, what is wrong? Now let's talk about social media. Do you think that people on social media needs to be like, I've always said that I think people on social media needs to be able to have like a doctor's evaluation, like you need to go see a psychiatrist before they will give you a social media page. It's just my personal opinion. because I think a lot of people are like out of control. They come on social media with all of their insecurities, their drama, and then they go and they troll people. They want to argue, they want to tell people how you should live your life, and they don't pay not one bill in your house. It's like, excuse me, excuse me, when do you pay a bill in this house? Excuse me, when do you uh, live in my skin? When did you have my problems and my traumas? Yeah, you didn't. So check yourself. It's crazy. And then they want to play the victim, right? On social media. They want to play the victim. Oh, I'm being personally attacked. I'm being personally attacked. No, you were checked because you were wrong. You're wrong. You're a drama person. You're a negative person, and you need to go work on yourself. Realist says, my patience is lost for ignorance in general. Yeah, it's a lot of ignorant people. It's ignorant people all over, but it just feels like it's so concentrated here on social media. It's so many negative people, and I always try my best to not let the whatever I see. If I see something that seems strange or somebody is being disrespectful, negative, rude, controlling, I just don't deal with those people. I will subscribe, block, and all of those things because I don't play those games because I work too hard to work on myself and to learn to love myself. And I just don't put up with those things. If you don't get along with something that somebody is saying, I'm all for, having your own opinion. I always encourage that. I always want to know what other people think, but keep it respectful. And a lot of people do not know how to be respectful. hmm I am surprised at the grandparents raising their grandkids. I think a lot of people in parental roles give the kids a phone and basically the phones raise them. Yeah. Well, I'm going to be honest. I grew up with the TV raising me because I had two parents that they had to work. And yeah, and it wasn't think like now. I was a latchkey kid, you had your key around your neck. When you got home, you called your parents to tell them that you got in the house, and that's just how it was. But I didn't get into trouble because you were checked, and your parents didn't play no games. You went out there and you acted up, and yeah, you were going to pay for it when they got home. Trust me. And a neighbor would tell on you, and a teacher would tell on you too. Yes, all is well. Hope everyone had a good day. Yes, I hope everyone had a good day. Oh, it's no problem, Virginia. We all misspell. It's no problems here. I'm not like that. It's just so strange to me. I saw something the other day, this little kid, and I don't even think this kid was 4. And the kid was face was red. The kid was screaming at the top of their lungs in, you know what store it was, okay? Wally World. And it was a little bratty kid screaming at the top of his lungs, telling whoever it was, the parent, I don't know if it was a parent or grandparent or who it was, whatever adult they were with, screaming and telling them what they want. And they were having a complete meltdown. Okay. And I'm looking like, And me and another older lady were in line, like, they better take that kid home and handle that kid. I mean, they were screaming, I want it, and you better buy it for me. Ooh, I was like, ooh, I said, ooh, Lord. I had to, I said, I got to get out of here because I almost wanted to snatch that kid up and teach that kid some manners. But we can't do that. But sometimes I really want to, because I'm just like, there's so many people who are parents or in that role of being a parent role, and they don't discipline their kids, and then they get all surprised, they get bent out of shape, and they don't understand, and they'll be saying things like, why are you embarrassing me? they'll be saying that to the kid. Well, if you don't discipline that kid, you don't teach them rules, and you let them run amok at home, you let them be controlling and disrespectful, you let them do whatever they want to, and then when they get out in the street, I always say that how a kid acts outside is the same way they've been acting inside. It's just now you're under a microscope. Now you're under the lens, right? I just, it's unbelievable to me. It's so crazy. Thank you so much, Sirius. Um, I get aggravated when children throws fits in the middle of church and the parent will take them out and correct them. Oh, what I see these days is I see the kids, they're laughing. Okay. The kids are laughing or the parents laughing. Have you ever heard this new generation? I don't know what generation it is because I'm Generation X, and I'm seeing like all of the kids now, they do something and the parents think it's funny, it's cute, it's cute to throw a fit, it's cute to demand things, it's cute when you tell them no one day when you really have to, and then they roll around on the ground and really shine, and now you want to say you're embarrassed. Mm, mm. I'm just, ah, I'm like, okay, okay, yeah, yeah. Gen Z, okay, okay. Gen Z, okay. Hey, Nate, how are you doing? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, it's one of those things I don't understand it, and it doesn't make any sense to me. Absolutely. It makes zero sense to me. Like, I feel like, what does it take? Like, you have a coworker and you do something nice for them, and you'll go over, say for example, bring them the papers from something that they need, and they'll just take it from you and just look at you, and you're looking at them and you're like, okay. And they're like, okay. And I'm like, aren't you going to say thank you for what I did for you? And they're like, oh yeah, thank you. Like, who raised you? Who raised you? And it's like, now these are grown people. I'm talking about people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, and they don't know common courtesy. Hello. Thank you. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm like, what is going on? I am an early 80s baby, so I'm not sure what generation I am. I think you would be a Gen X. That's what I am. I'm Gen X. So it's interesting. I'm not a Gen Z, but what was the generation you were referring to? I was referring to the generation now of children that feel they don't have to work, okay? They don't have to do anything. They can just get money from their parents, and not just a little bit, a lot of money. And their parents better give it to them and better give it to them quick. Oh my God. I'm just like, oh, yeah, all is lost. That's how I feel too, realist. That's how I feel. I'm just like, well, was like, what is wrong with these people? You're a Gen X too? A Garden of Inspiration? I don't know. I don't know, because my parents were what's that generation? My parents were, oh, I can't think of the generation now. I just had a blank out. But you know, you guys know what I'm talking about. Oh man. I just had a complete blank out, but you guys know, the baby boomers. My parents were baby boomers, and it's just unbelievable. I'm a person where I'm an open person. I will allow people to to be themselves, but at the same time, we can agree to disagree. But it's like these generations now, they feel like they have to be controlling and you have to do what they say. And if you don't have the same opinion as them, they want to argue. They're ready to pop off with you. They want to put their hands on people, and you're just like, wow. And you're just like, wow, really? It's unbelievable. It's crazy, what's happening. But I guess that's what the society that we're living in right now. And there's so much disrespect. There's so much disrespect, and yeah, I'm gonna put the link in here if there's anybody in the chat that wants to come up. Of course, only those that I know. It's not open to everybody. It's if I know your channel, you can come up. Yeah, no structure, no codes, right, Nate? It's crazy. It's crazy to me. It's like people don't want to enforce rules. They don't want anybody to tell them no, but when something goes wrong, they want to have meltdown. They don't want to follow rules, but they want other people to follow rules. And you're just like, wow, really? That's what you want. That's how you want it to be. It's not going to work. So I just always try my best to not allow other people to get to me. I don't allow people to get in my head, but at the same time, there has to be some sort of uh, um, etiquette. There has to be some sort of code and some sort of value. Like, I don't expect for everybody to be like me. I don't expect for us to always disagree. But one thing is for sure, I expect respect. I expect for people to, like, you could, greet people. Just a common courtesy as an adult. That's all. Yeah, and that's what it is. Realist. People want what they want, but they don't want you to have what you have. It's like people will want to try to unalive you or want to try to transform themselves into this whole character of that's not even who they are. They're mirroring you because they have some mental illness and they want to they're just crazy. It's so much people. They will copy you, imitate you, get under your skin, stab you in the back, do everything wrong, but they don't feel that there should be any consequences for what they do. They feel like they can do whatever they want to, and it's okay. And yeah, that's what I was just saying a little bit ago, Nate. It starts at home. It definitely starts at home because I know when I was growing up, I can remember from the time I was a very small child, probably around 4 or 5 years old. I remember um, my mom saying things like, when you see people, you look at them in the eye and you say hello. Common courtesy. You greet people when you see them, you say hello. You don't have to have a long conversation with people, but you can greet people and say hello. It's crazy. Like when I go to the grocery store, every time I go to the grocery store, I just shake my head. It's this new generation that's working in the grocery stores. They don't even say hello. How are you doing? They just start scanning your groceries, and you're like, I'll bend down like and look at them in their eyes, like, hello. Hello. Okay. You didn't even greet me or anything. I'm just like, oh, hi. And you're like, wow. If these Gen Z babies are being this way, then it's what they are taught. And I'm not saying it's all of them because just like me, I'm a Gen X, and I think that there are some people who are Gen X that need some work. Like my mom says, some people aren't, we're not hard broiled yet. Is some people, they're still soft shelled, they're not fully cooked, they're not ready, so they need to work on themselves. So in every generation there's always going to be people who don't do the right thing. I'm not saying all, but there's a lot of people that are thankless in today's society, and that's what I wanted to focus on. So much people are thankless, when I believe 100% that there's so much in this life that we have to be thankful for. And it doesn't have anything to do with spirituality or religion. It has to do with you're alive another day, and just being alive, you have so much to be thankful for. But there's a lot of people who don't think that. They think that, okay, yeah, whatever. It's the I don't care mentality, and everything is about me and getting what I want, and they're willing to go to any extent possible. They don't care who they have to run over. They don't care who they harm. They don't care who they hurt. They don't care about people's reputation. Nothing. And it's not good. It's not a good thing. Yeah. Yeah, they're not being taught. They're not being taught. Some of them don't want to make it past the age of 25. Oh, that's what it is, Nate. I didn't know that, because I really don't hang with the uh Gen Zs. Most of my people are people who are a little older than me. I really don't deal with many people who are younger. I usually keep my circle of my accountability partners, my role models, my people in business and things, are usually old people older than me. But I will say that there are some young people, and they're doing their thing, you know, because there are some young people who weren't raised by a responsible parent, but they turned out to be great people. So, I have to give my kudos to those people, because not everybody was raised by a good role model. So, shout out to everybody who is putting some work into themselves and want to be better than the past generation. I know for myself, I wasn't raised to be kind and considerate of others. It was like my mom taught me to greet other people, but as far as being being a supportive of other people, I used to always want what other people had, and I think that was probably a quality that was not as extinguished inside of me. I'm a person that I can be honest and accountable and transparent, because I'm just myself. But I was that type of person. I used to see people, and I thought if there was something I wanted, I was going to go for it. I was going to get it. But I had to fix that, because I saw that if you don't work on yourself, if you don't improve, you're going to be either under the ground, in a jail cell. Keep on with your anger problems and your issues. This society will chew you up and spit you out. People will chew you up and spit you out. Other people don't care about you. So, you have to do better. I had to learn to mature, and to do a lot of things. And I think that there's a lot of people who, you may have been raised by some good parenting, but I think everybody could learn to be more thankful, more considerate, and be nice. Just be nice. It takes nothing. It takes you nothing to say hello. It takes nothing to say sorry. It takes nothing to not um, pour your insecurities into other people. Listen, there's a lot of insecure people out there. And I think that that was my issue when I was younger. I was raised to respect other people, but coming from not knowing who I was, um, but I used to have an issue a lot with jealousy, and that jealousy easily turns into anger, and that anger shifts into other things that can harm you in so many things. So there's that. Rilla says you hit it on the head. Folk don't care about the next person. Yeah, they don't. They don't care about anybody but themselves. But you know, I'm the type of person that I have no problem with saying I needed to do some work on me. I couldn't even blame it on my parenting because I had parents that taught me about respect and stuff. But when you get to be at that age, preteen, and you get a bug up your butt, and thinking that you know better than everybody else, and you just think that friends are more important than um your own parents, your own people, until you learn that they're not your friends. Oh, but that's an episode for another day. When you're young, you feel like it's all about your friends, and you feel like your parents or other people who are trying to teach you stuff, you feel like they don't know anything. You think that they want to make you feel miserable, but what it is they want to set you up for success. I wish I had understood that when I was younger, that my parents were just trying to make me be successful, but I wanted to do what I wanted to do. I think everybody goes to that phase. You want to do what you want to do. You think you're all that. You think you're smarter than everybody. But then eventually, I think people come back full circle when life chews you up and spits you out, when life spanks you real good, or when people, who you think are your friends, quote unquote, and then they teach you a hard knock life lesson that nobody cares, that they don't care. They're only your friend, quote unquote, when they can use you, when there's some benefit for them. And then once they can't use you for anything, they're going to leave you alone. And no, if you can find people in your life that will be there for you in your good times, your bad times, your hard times, you better hold on to those people. That's and that's it. And you better hold on to those people. But I just wanted to tap in for a little bit, and to say there's something wrong with a lot of people on social media, on the job, with your relatives, quote unquote friends. It's a lot of people that are very thankless. They don't care about anything, anybody but themselves. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, realists. People, they want to be cared for, but they don't want to care about you. That's just not going to work. People aren't stupid. You have to recognize that. And that's why I wanted to say this. It starts at home. Most people are not taught to say thank you. They don't know how to have courtesy. They don't know how to be polite. They don't know how to be respectful. Yeah. And a lot of people, they just don't know how to communicate. It's like some people, I think it's because of, somebody said that earlier in the chat. um People are just always on their phones, and it's like people are on their phones 24/7. Their eyes are glued to the screen. They're driving, it's their phone. They're walking, it's their phone. They're on their phone, they're talking on their phone, they're vlogging on their phone. Everything is their phone. And people don't know how to even have conversations these days. Have a conversation, talk to people when you're around people. Even if you're with your relatives, you could be eating dinner and everybody is on their phone. Nobody is talking. It's like, do people even communicate anymore? It's crazy to me what's going on in today's society, but yeah, but that's what it is. It is what it is, right? Hence the phrase, slide accordingly. I will return what's given to me. I believe that 100%. Me too, realist. Hey, yo, it's Mike. How are you doing? Welcome. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. There's a lot of people and they got some issues. A lot of issues. They need to work on themselves instead of projecting their insecurities onto other people, their anger, their problems. But, that's what people are going to do. People are going to only do what you allow them to. And then people have the nerve to want to be upset and angry when you check them. People don't have to take your attitude. People don't have to take your drama. Mm, They don't. They don't have to take your drama. They don't have to put up with what you put out there. And a lot of people, they put out a lot of negative energy. They are do some cutthroat, rude things. Mm-mm. Yeah, you're doing good. Oh, I'm doing amazing. I'm doing amazing. Thank you so much. Glad you're doing good. How is the chat family? I hope everybody had a great day. And don't let these people get on your nerves too much in these streets on this red app. I say that all the time. Do not let these people on this red app get under your skin because it's a lot of people hiding behind avatars. They don't know you. They do not pay any bills in your house. They don't know what's going on in your life and they don't care. So don't give them that much power. This is a thankless society. And a lot of people, they want to try to control you. They want to control your life. They want to tell you how you should be, how you should look, how you should talk. They're not going to help you. It's just a control mechanism. There's a lot of people and they have that sort of attitude that they want to control you. They want to control what you do, what you say, just because you're a content creator. Just because people create content, it's not it's not for you to, okay, because I'm doing content, I have to do what you tell me to do. And people are weird on this app. So much people, they're so weird on this app. Not just this app, but all social media. It's a lot of people who are very strange and weird and controlling. And I could do one whole live stream talking about some of the things that, I don't talk about on here that often. Probably I'm going to do a live stream talking about the dark side of being a content creator, the things that come with it that we don't people on the outside don't know what goes on behind the scenes, and the things that we don't really bring up and talk about. But I'm going to save that for a conversation for another day. And thanks for the share. Thanks for all the shares. Shout out to all of my amazing mods that are content creators. Always make sure you drop a link to your channel. I always believe in that cross support. Marilla says everybody doesn't deserve to have a platform. I'm going to continue to preach that. Yeah, I agree, Realist. It's a lot of people who are on this red app that they don't need to have a platform. They need to be evaluated. They need to be on some medication. And I'll say that again and again and again. There's a lot of people who are in today's society that are undiagnosed with mental illness, mental health problems, and they bring their drama, they bring their outside, they bring their drama to this app. And just because one person who is Okay, say in your world you have this going on. It doesn't mean everybody is miserable because you're miserable. It doesn't mean everybody is going through the same struggles. Or not everybody has had the same journey and life. But if you don't like something about your life, you need to heal yourself. It's a lot of people need to heal themselves and they need to work on themselves, put themselves in some therapy, you know, and get some pills. There's nothing wrong with it, everybody. If you need something to help you to chill, something to help you to be stable mentally, then do what you need to do so that you can be all right. But don't come on here, they come on here as whole trolls making multiple channels. I'll save that for another live stream because I feel like I'm gonna go left in a little bit, but that's what I wanted to say and talk about today. This thankless society, and it goes on and it goes on and it goes on and it goes on. Don't let these people get to you. Just because people are thankless, don't mean you have to put up with it. And a lot of people, they get mad when you check them, and they're like, "What?" Or they get upset when you block them, or they get upset when you don't tell your business. Mm-mm. You don't have to tell people your business. You don't have to, deal with people and their attitudes and their anger and their drama and their foolishness, especially on social media. We can choose to block people, we can choose to stop supporting them, you could choose to unsubscribe. And that's why I always say here all the time, you guys spend time, part of your quality time, coming over to my videos and my live streams. I'm always going to say thank you guys for stopping by. I'm always going to say appreciate those who come in. I'm always going to greet people because that's how I was raised. When people come in your chat, you say hello. Oh, that's another conversation too about some YouTube etiquette that will be coming to a podcast near you. But anywho, everybody, thank you guys for tuning in today's conversation. Like I was saying, don't let these thankless people get to you. And on Saturday, we're going to talk about a topic on the similar wavelength. So stay tuned. We're going to do Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Going to continue on this conversation, but something else different. Okay. Garden of Inspiration says, thanks, Marlene, and congratulations on achieving that 10,000 impressive milestone. Keep going. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's on my other channel, Marlene Motivates. Yeah, I can't believe it. It happened. And it's just some encouragement for all my content creators. Don't let people get to you. Don't let people get to you, because when I started on this red app with my shy self, with doubting myself and all kinds of things, I let people get to me. People said I would never be successful. It will never work. I'm wasting my time. Projections, right? Don't let people's projections and their doubts and all of those things get to you. Okay? Thanks, Realist. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone here. Thank you for being a supporter of this channel and my other channels if you also choose to. I appreciate you guys. Don't let these thankless people in society get to you, and especially on social media. Okay? This is Marlene Saunders Show, where we have real talk, real conversations, and you're welcome to it. Thank you for tuning in to the conversation today. As always, I'm going to say, if you have not hit the like, if you have not subscribed, if you're watching the replay, leave me a comment in the comment section. I always appreciate your comments and what you think about this thankless society. I'll see you all back on Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, everybody, have a great rest of your evening. Bye bye.